Welcome students. Today we will discuss about noisy channel. In this we discuss three protocols. What are those? Stop and wait, automatic repeat request. That is the first protocol. And apart from that, there are two more protocols. We will see that. So coming to the first protocol, stop and wait, automatic repeat request. It adds a simple error control mechanism to the stop and wait protocol. We have already seen the stop and wait protocol, which is a noiseless protocol. So the detection of error in this protocol is manifested by the silence of the receiver. So the detection of error in this protocol is done by the silence of the receiver. The received frame could be the correct one or a duplicate or a frame out of order. The solution is to number the frames. When the receiver receives a data frame that is out of order, this means that frames were either lost or duplicated. Stop and wait automatic repeat request. The corrupted and lost frames need to be resent in this protocol. The sender keeps a copy of the sent frame. At the same time, it starts a timer. So the sender keeps a copy of the sent frame and it starts a timer. If the timer expires and there is no acknowledgement for the sent frame, the frame is reset. The copy is held and the timer is restarted. Since the protocol uses the automatic uses the stop and wait mechanism, there is only one specific frame that needs an acknowledgement, even though several copies of the frame can be in the network. Error correction, stop and wait, automatic repeat request is done by keeping a copy of the sent frame and retransmitting of the frame when the timer expires. Since an acknowledgement frame can also be corrupted and lost, it too needs redundancy bits and a sequence number. So the acknowledgement frame too needs a sequence number. The acknowledgement frame for this protocol has a sequence number field. The acknowledgement frame has a sequence number for its field. In its field. As we discussed, the protocol specifies the frame need to be numbered. So we'll see the sequence number. How the numbering is done in the send frame and the receive frame, acknowledgement frame. As we discussed, the protocol specifies that frame need to be numbered. This is done by using sequence number. A field is added to the data frame to hold the sequence number of that frame. So a field is added to hold the sequence number. One important consideration is the range of the sequence number. Since we want to minimize the frame size, we look for the smallest range that provides unambiguous communication. So we look for the smallest range. Sequence number. We can see that there is need for sequence number x and x plus 1 because the receiver need to distinguish, but there is no need for a frame to be numbered x plus 2. Therefore, we need only two numbers to be used as a sequence number. What are those two numbers? 0 and 1. These are the two numbers that we need to sequence the frames. The sequence is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0 and so on. This is modulo 2 arithmetic. This is nothing but we call it as modulo 2 arithmetic. Acknowledgement number. The acknowledgement number always announces the sequence number of the next frame expected by the receiver. For example, if frame 0 has arrived safe and sound, the receiver sends an acknowledgement frame with acknowledgement 1, meaning frame 1 is expected next. So, if frame 0 is sent, we send an acknowledgement 1, meaning that frame 1 is expected. If frame 1 has arrived safe and sound, the receiver sends an acknowledgement frame with acknowledgement 0, meaning frame 0 is expected. In stop and wait, automatic repeat request, the acknowledgement number always announces in modulo 2 arithmetic the sequence number of the next frame expected. Design. Coming to the design of the automatic repeat request, the sending device keeps a copy of the last frame transmitted until it receives an acknowledgement for that frame. So a data frame uses a sequence number. An acknowledgement frame uses an acknowledgement number. The sender has a control variable which we call SN. Sender next frame to send. That holds the sequence number for the next frame to be sent, which is either 0 or 1. So this is the design of the stop and wait automatic repeat request protocol. So as you can see, there is next frame to send. This is the next frame to send. It will be either 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. It will be numbered from 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, so on. And the next here we have the next frame to receive. This is also number 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So first from the sender side, we get the data from the upper layer and send the data, send the frame to the receiver. So the receiver receives the frame and it will deliver to the upper layers. After receiving the frame, it will send an acknowledgement. It will send a frame, which is nothing but acknowledgement frame, to the sender. So sender receives the acknowledgement. Once it receives the acknowledgement, it will proceed further. As you can see, there are two events here. First event is notification from physical layer. Another event is request from network layer. If this events occur, the algorithm for sender side will get active. It will become active and it will do its needful. There is a timeout here. Once there is a timeout, they will send the frame once again. So this is the algorithm for the receiver side. So there is a one event here. That event is notification from physical layer. Once the notification from the physical layer comes, the algorithm becomes active and it will do the what necessary steps. It will do the necessary steps. The receiver has a control variable which we call RN. The receiver next frame expected that holds the number of the next frame expected. So if 0 is sent, the next frame expected is 1. If 1 is sent, the next frame expected is 0. When a frame is sent, the value of Sn is incremented, modulated, which means if it is 0, it becomes 1 and vice versa. Variable Sn points to the slot that matches the sequence number of the frame that has been sent but not acknowledged. Rn points to the slot that matches the sequence number of the expected frame. So this is the sender side algorithm for stop and wait automatic repeat request. Stop and wait ARQ. First we are making the variable Sn equal to 0. Means frame 0 should be sent first. Frame 0 should be sent first. Can send is made true. Now we have a repeat forever, an infinite loop, while true. Wait for event. If event request to send and can send, if both are true, it will get the data, it will make the frame. The sequence number is Sn and it will store the frame, means it will keep the copy, it will send frame. It will start the timer and it will increment the sequence number by 1 and it will make can send to false. Next function is wait for sleep. Wait for event. That is the next function. If event arrival notification comes, it will receive frame acknowledgement number. If not corrupted, if the acknowledgement is not corrupted and the acknowledgement number is equal to Sn, it will stop the timer. It will purge the frame Sn minus 1 and it will make can send to true. Means copy is not needed. That's why it will purge the frame. If event timeout, the timer expired, it will start the timer. It will resend frame Sn-1. Resend a copy. This is the algorithm, receiver side algorithm for stop and wait ARP. It will make Rn frame 0 expected to arrive first, Rn as 0. There will be an infinite loop. So first it will sleep until an event occurs. Wait for event. If event arrival notification means if the frame has come from the sender, if there is an arrival notification, it will receive frame. If corrupted frame, it will sleep. Means it will sleep means it will make the sender send the frame again. That's why it will sleep. If it is a corrupted frame. If sequence number is equal to Rn, valid data frame, it will extract data, it will deliver the data to the upper layers, and it will increment the Rn by 1. It will send frame Rn, means it will send the acknowledgement Rn. This is an example 11.3. We see the example. As you can see, there is a sender and there is a receiver. The sender has sent a frame 0 and it has received the acknowledgement. So when the frame 0 is sent, Sn is 0, whereas Rn is 1. So if frame 0 is sent, acknowledgement 1 is sent. Means 0 is incremented by 1 and acknowledgement 1 is sent. In the next case, when the frame is lost, frame 1 is lost, the timer has expired. The timer has expired. So it will send the frame again. It will resend the frame. Since frame 1 is sent, acknowledgement 0 is sent by the receiver. Next, after frame 1, frame 0 need to be sent. So frame 0 is sent. But for frame 0, acknowledgement is acknowledgement 1. It is incremented by 1. 0 is incremented by 1. That is next frame expected. That is nothing but 1. So acknowledgement 1 is sent. But acknowledgement 1 is lost. Means the timer expires. The timer expires. Means it will send the frame again. Frame 0 will be reset again. And once is acknowledgement received, it will send the next frame again. Efficiency. The stop and wait automatic repeat request discussed in the previous section is very inefficient if our channel is thick and long. So what do you mean by thick and long? By thick, we mean that our channel has large bandwidth. It has large bandwidth. By thick, we mean that. By long, we mean the round trip delay is long. The product of these two is called the bandwidth delay product. Pipelining. In networking and in other areas, a task is often began before the previous task has ended. This is known as pipelining. Means multiple tasks are started before the previous task has ended. So this is nothing but pipelining. There is no pipelining in stop and wait automatic repeat request because we need to wait for a frame to reach the destination and the acknowledgement before the next frame can be sent. Pipelining. However, pipelining does apply to our next two protocols because several frames can be sent before we receive news about the previous frames. Pipelining improves the efficiency of the transmission if the number of bits in transition is large with respect to the bandwidth delay product. So the first, for the next two protocols, pipelining is applicable. What are those? Next one is go back and automatic repeat request. So this is the next protocol. Next error detection protocol. Go back and automatic repeat request. So to improve the efficiency of transmission, filling the pipe, multiple frames must be in transition while waiting for acknowledgement. So there will be multiple frames sent while waiting for acknowledgement. In other words, we need to let more than one frame be outstanding to keep the channel busy while the sender is waiting for acknowledgement. In this protocol, we can send several frames before receiving acknowledgement. So in this protocol, we send several frames before receiving acknowledgement. We keep a copy of these frames until the acknowledgement arrives. Sequence number. Frame from a sending station are numbered sequentially. So in this, it is numbered sequentially. The header of the frame allows m bits for the sequence number. The sequence number range from 0 to 2m minus 1. So the sequence number for this is 0 to 2m minus 1. Go back and automatic repeat request has a sequence number from 0 to 2m minus 1, where m is the bits, number of bits. In the go back n protocol, the sequence number are modulo 2m. So the sequence number are modulo 2m, where m is the size of the sequence number filled in bits. Sliding window. There is a concept called sliding window in go back n ARQ. What is this? The sliding window is an abstract concept that defines the range of sequence number that is the concern of the sender and receiver. The range which is the concern of the sender is called the send sliding window. The range that is the concern of the receiver is called the receive sliding window. Sliding window. The send window is an imaginary box covering the sequence number of the data frames which can be in transit. In each window position, some of this sequence number define the frames that have been sent, others define those that can be sent. So this is a send window for go back and automatic repeat request. There are 4 portions for this. First portion is frames already acknowledged. Second portion is frames sent but not acknowledged, which we called as outstanding frames. And the third one is frames that can be sent but not received from upper layer. And the fourth one is frame that cannot be sent. There are 2 variables here. SF. SF stands for send window. First outstanding frame. First outstanding frame. SN. Send window. Next frame to send. And there is a window size S. S size. That is nothing but the send window size, which is S size is equal to 2 to the power m minus 1, where m is the number of bits transmitted. So this is the send window before sliding. Once the acknowledgements had come for bits 0, 1, 2, the window will slide to the next bit, next number, which is 3. And it will wait for the acknowledgement to come for frame 3, 4, 5, and 6. So sliding window. The window at the time divides the possible sequence number into 4 regions. The first region from far left to the left wall of the window defines the sequence number belonging to the frames that are already acknowledged. So this is the frames that are already acknowledged. This is the first portion, first region. Second region. The second region colored in figure defines the range of sequence number belonging to the frames that are sent and have an unknown status. We call this outstanding frames. The third range, white in the figure, defines the range of the sequence number per frame that can be sent. However, the corresponding data packets have not yet been received from the network layer. Finally, the fourth region defines the sequence number that cannot be used until the window slides. Sliding window. The window itself is an abstraction. 3 variables define its size and location at any time. We call these variables SF, SN, and S size. SF is the send window, the first outstanding frame. SN is the send window, the next frame to be sent, and SI is the send window size, window size. The variable SF defines the sequence number of the first oldest outstanding frame. The variable SN holds the sequence number that will be assigned to the next frame to be sent. Finally, the variable S size defines the size of the window which is fixed in our protocol. Sliding window. Figure shows how a send window can slide one or more slots to the right when an acknowledgement arrives from the other end. The acknowledgement in this protocol are cumulative, meaning that more than one frame can be acknowledged by an acknowledgement frame. So the receiver at the receiver side, the receive window makes sure that the correct data frame are received and the correct acknowledgement are sent. The size of the receive window is always one. The receive is always looking for the arrival of a specific frame. It looks for the arrival of the specific frame. Any frame arriving out of order is discarded and need to be resent. Note that we need only one variable Rn, receive window, next frame expected, to define this abstraction. So this is the receive window for go back and automatic repeat replace. So there is only one variable Rn. So it will wait for the acknowledgement for only one variable, one frame. So receive window, next frame expected, Rn. Here in this it is 3. And before that the frames already received and acknowledged. After that we have frames that cannot be received until the window slides. So this is the window after sliding. Window after sliding. So here we have Rn as 4. This will, after receiving the acknowledgement for frame 3, the Rn value has changed from 3 to 4. So which is nothing but window sliding. It has slide from 3 to 4. The receive window also slides, but only one slot at a time. When a correct frame is received and a frame is received only one at a time, the window slides. So the receiver will receive only one frame at a time. Timer, although there can be a timer for each frame that is sent, in our protocol we use only one. So we use only one timer for the send frame. The reason is that timer for the first outstanding frame always expires first. We send all outstanding frames when this timer expires. Acknowledgement. The receiver sends a positive acknowledgement if a frame has arrived safe and sound and in order. If a frame is damaged or received out of order, the receiver is silent and will discard all subsequent frames until it receives the one it is expecting. The silence of the receiver causes the timer of the unacknowledged frame at the center side to expire. Resending a frame. When the timer expires, the sender resends all outstanding frames. So when it will look for the timer. If the timer has expired, it will send all. It will resend all outstanding frames. For example, suppose the sender has already sent frame 6, but the timer for frame 3 expired. This means that frame 3 has not been acknowledged. The sender goes back and sends frame 3, 4, 5, and 6 again, even though frame 6 has been sent already. That is why the protocol is called go back and automatic repeat replace, ARP, go back and ARP. Now coming to the design of the go back and ARP, multiple frames can be in transit in the forward direction and multiple acknowledgement in the reverse direction. So this is the design of the go back and ARP. As you can see, we have the frames here, window here. SF is the first frame window. SN is the next frame to be sent. And we have RN here. RN is the next frame to receive. So it will send the data from the upper layer to the physical layer. The physical layer will send the data to the receiver. Receiver receives the data and send it to the upper layers. And it will acknowledge the frame. It will acknowledge the frame. As you can see, it will acknowledge the frame. So this acknowledgement will be coming to the sender side. So there are two events here. One is notification from the physical layer. Another event is request from the network layer. And this is the algorithm for sender side, which will repeat forever. And this is the timer for the events to occur. And this is here is the repeat forever algorithm for receive side. And there is notification from physical layer. Send window side. In go back and ARP, the size of the send window must be less than 2M. The size of the receiver window is always 1. So this is the go back and ARQ sender algorithm. So we have the window size SW as 2M minus 1 and SF as 0, SN as 0. The first frame to send is 0 and the next frame to send is 0. And we have while true, which is a infinite loop which repeat forever. So we have here wait for event. It will wait for the event. If event request to send event occurs, a packet to send. If it is Sn minus f, Sn minus sf is greater than or equal to Sw, it will sleep. Means if the window size is greater than or equal to Sn minus sf, it will sleep. If window is full, or else it will get the data, it will make the frame, it will store frame, it will send frame, and it will increment the value of Sn by 1. If timer not running, it will start the timer. If event arrival notification means acknowledgement, so it will receive the acknowledgement. If corrupted acknowledgement, it will sleep, means it will discard. It will discard the data. If acknowledgement number is greater than SF and acknowledgement is less than or equal to SN, if a valid acknowledgement, while SF is less than or equal to acknowledgement number, means first window slide is less than or equal to acknowledgement number, it will purge the frame and it will increment the SF by 1. SF will become SF equal to SF plus 1 and it will stop the timer. If this is the timer expire function, if event timeout, it will start the timer temp equal to SF, while temp is less than SN, it will send frame SF, SF will be SF plus 1. This is the go back and receive algorithm. Here the Rn value is 0. The receive next frame value is 0. So while true, which is an infinite loop, it will repeat forever. It will wait for event. If event arrival notification data frame has arrived, it will receive the frame. If corrupted frame, it will sleep. Means it will discard the frame. If sequence number equal to Rn, if expected frame, it will deliver the data and it will increment Rn by Rn plus 1 and it will send the acknowledgement Rn. So now when we compare the go back and ARQ versus stop and wait ARQ, the reader may find that there is similarity between go back and ARQ and stop and wait ARQ. We can say that stop and wait ARQ protocol is actually a go back and ARQ in which there are only 2 sequence numbers and the send window size is 1. So there will be 2 sequence numbers and the send window size is 1 in stop and wait ARQ. Now the third protocol or error correction protocol is selective repeat automatic repeat replace. Selective repeat automatic repeat replace. Go back and ARQ is very inefficient for a noisy link. In a noisy link, a frame has a higher probability of damage, which means that resending of multiple frames. For noisy link, there is another mechanism that does not resend the n frames when just one frame is damaged. Only the damaged frame is resent. This mechanism is called selective repeat ARP. So this selective repeat ARP is efficient for noisy links. It is efficient for noisy links and it will not send the entire frames. It will send only the frame that has not been acknowledged. It is more efficient for noisy link, but the processing at the receiver is more complex. Selective repeat automatic repeat request window. The selective repeat protocol also uses two windows, a send window and a receive window. The size of the send window is much smaller. It is 2 to the power m minus 1. The receive window is the same size as the send window. So this is the send window, first outstanding frame, SF, and these are the frames already acknowledged. The colored one is the send window frame, and this is the first outstanding frame. 0 is the first outstanding frame, and SN is the send window, next frame to send. These frames that can be sent, 4, 5, 6, 7 are the frames that can be sent. And frames that cannot be sent are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 0, 1. These are the frames that cannot be sent. And the size of the window is 2 to the power m minus 1. The size of the receiver window is the same as the size of the send window, 2 to the power m minus 1. So receive window for selective repeat ARP. Those slots inside the window that are colored define frames that have arrived out of order. So the frames 4, 7, 9 has arrived out of order, that have arrived out of order and are waiting for the neighbors to arrive before delivery to the next network layer. And it is waiting for the neighbor frames. What are the neighbor frames? 3, 5, 6, 8. These are the neighbor frames. They are waiting for the neighbor frames to arrive. So 4, 7, 9 has already arrived, but waiting for the neighbors to arrive. So this is the design of the selective repeat ARP. So we have the first outstanding frame in SF, and the next frame to send is SN. And we have the window size here at the receiver side, which is equal to the sender side. RM is the next frame to receive. So the sender will get the data from the upper layer and it will send through the physical layer to the receiver. The receiver will receive the frame and it will send the data to the upper layers. And the receiver will send the frame, acknowledgement frame. The acknowledgement frame will be received by the sender. There are two events here, request from network layer and notification from physical layer. These are the two events which will trigger the program. Algorithm for sender side, it will repeat forever and there is a timeout event. And here we have the repeat forever loop for the receiver side. This is the algorithm for receiver side. And there is one event which will wait for notification from the physical layer. So window sizes. In selective repeat ARQ, the size of the sender and receiver window must be at most 1/2 of 2m. So this is the sender side selective repeat algorithm. So we have the window size as 2m minus 1 and the first frame to send, which is the first outstanding frame, is SF equal to 0 and next frame to send SN is also 0. While true, infinite loop, wait for event. If event request to send, there is a packet to send. If Sn minus Sf is greater than or equal to Sw, if it is greater than window size, it will sleep. If window is full, or else it will get the data. It will make frame Sn. It will store frame Sn. It will send the frame Sn and it will increment the frame by 1 and it will start the timer Sn for frame Sn. If event arrival notification, if acknowledgement arrives, it will receive frame. If corrupted frame, it will sleep. Or else, if frame type is negative acknowledgement, if negative acknowledgement between SF and SN, it will resend negative acknowledgement number. It will start the timer for negative acknowledgement number. If frame type is equal to acknowledge, means if correct acknowledgement has come, if acknowledgement number between SF and SN, while SF is less than acknowledgement number, it will remove the SF frame, it will stop the timer SF, and it will increment the frame SF by SF plus 1. If event timeout, it will start the timer, it will send the frame. This is the timer function. Now receiver side selective repeat algorithm. If Rn is 0, here in the beginning Rn will be 0. Negative acknowledgement sent is false. Acknowledgement needed is false. Repeat for all slots. If marked slot is equal to false, while true, while infinite loop, wait for event. If event arrival notification, if the frame has arrived, data frame arrives, it will receive frame. If corrupted frame and not negative acknowledgement, not NAK sent, negative acknowledgement sent, it will send negative acknowledgement and it will make negative acknowledgement send true and it will sleep. If sequence number is not equal to Rn and not negative acknowledge, it will send negative acknowledgement Rn. Negative acknowledgement sent will be true. If sequence number is in window and mark sequence number, it will store the frames for that particular sequence number and it will mark the sequence number as true. While mark Rn, it will deliver the data, it will purge Rn, it will increment the Rn value by 1 and acknowledge needed is true. If acknowledge needed, send acknowledgement, acknowledgement needed is false, negative acknowledgement is false. This is the delivery of data in selective repeat ERP. So before delivery, we have 0, 1, 2 that are the frames that have been received. 3, 4 are the frames that are not received. 5, 6 is the frame that are received. So after delivery, the Rn value will go from 0 to 3. Since the frame 3 is not acknowledged, that's why the value of Rn will change from 0 to 3. Piggybacking. In real life, data frames are normally flowing in both directions, from node A to node B and from node B to node A. This means that the control information also needs to flow in both directions. A technique called piggybacking is used to improve the efficiency of the bidirectional protocol. So this is piggybacking. In this, both the data will flow in both the directions, from A to B and B to A. It will have the send window and receiver window. Both the sender and the receiver will have the send window and the receiver window. And the events, it is the send window waiting for 2 events to occur. It is notification from physical layer, that is one event. Another event is request from network layer for the algorithm to run. And also the receiver side has 2 events to wait for. It will wait for the request from network layer and it will wait for the event notification from physical layer. So this is nothing but piggybacking. Piggybacking is communication between sender and receiver in bidirections, in 2 directions. With this noisy channel communication protocol is completed. Thank you.